Neither of my parents wanted me.
Well, I guess that explains why you're here. Do you ever wonder why it was that they didn't want you?
I don't know, I guess they just hated me. They never wanted to have a baby in the first place.
Oh, right.
But I was already too big inside my mom's tummy, so they couldn't get rid of me.
Here, eat some of this. We can keep talking whilst we eat.
Apparently, the foster parents who took me in got money from the government for doing it, which means that they didn't really love me either.
Yeah. Anyway, why won't you have a bite?
Those people became too poor to look after me and abandoned me when I was 5 years old. So that's how I ended up back in a group home again.
It's a chocolate chip cookie. They're really tasty. You should have at least one bite.
Amanda,
What is it?
are you gonna abandon me as well?
Why would I abandon you? I don't have parents either, so I know what it's like to be unwanted. And I wouldn't want to make someone else feel like that.
What was the group home you grew up in like? Was it a nice place?
It was fine, I guess. I don't really have much to say about it.
The place I was in had 3 floors.
That's cool. That's a lot of floors.
The people taking care of us were quite strict though.
Oh, I forgot about the cookies. Make sure you have one.
They used to punish us a lot, you know? There was this grating on the outside of all the windows, and one of the punishments was that we had to hang from the grating. One day, when I was 5, I misbehaved, so I was made to hang from the grating for 30 minutes. But then there was a centipede in the grating. It was red, you know?
A red centipede. I didn't know you could get red ones.
Well, it was definitely a red one. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. And then it crawled right by my nose, and I got so freaked out that I almost let go. But I was so worried that I would die if I let go and fell down, so I clung on.
You really didn't let go at all?
Nope, I didn't. I just let the centipede go on its way. But I was really freaked out, so I peed my pants. And then I got into more trouble for that.
You remember things that clearly from when you were 5?
Well, yeah, I'm 10 now, so it was only 5 years ago. Do you not have any memories from when you were 5?
No, not really.
I remember the house that I lived in with my foster parents when I was 4. That was the last time I ever lived in a real house.
Stop crying! You're a boy, and boys shouldn't cry like that.
I'm just so jealous of kids who have parents and live in nice houses.
Stop crying and listen to me, okay? There's no use in getting upset over the parents we don't have. Instead, you should be focusing on finding the best way to survive here without getting into any trouble. Some of the older kids are not very nice, you know.
I know, but I'm scared of them.
Me too. But you shouldn't make it too obvious. Now come on. Have a cookie already! I promise you they're really tasty.
Now that we've aged out of the system, what are you gonna do? We've received this payout from the state to help us transition into society, but I'm feeling a little lost.
I'm just going to pay my rent and keep working my part-time jobs, I suppose. By the way, do you remember Will?
The guy who left the home 3 years ago? Yeah, of course I remember him. I thought you told me not to have any contact with him because he's a bad influence.
Well, he came into the store I work at the other day, and he told me that he's running a moving and packing service now. You heard about that, right?
Yeah, I did. Some of his younger buddies were talking about it.
We started talking about you, and then he said he would be willing to take you under his wing.
You're telling me to go in and work for his moving and packing company?
I think that will be for the best, don't you? You'll be getting paid regularly in cash, but make sure you don't blow it all on alcohol, okay? You should deposit it in your bank account as soon as you receive it. Make sure you show me your bank account every day so I know that you have enough money to get by.
Are you saying that you're gonna essentially be policing me?
Yes, I will be pleasing you. I know you're not mature enough to take responsibility of your own money and use it wisely. If I don't keep a close eye on you, you're going to end up in debt sooner or later. And I know what men are like. As soon as they get a little money, they waste it all on going out drinking.
You know me, I can't handle my alcohol very well. I'm not like other men. I'll try and use my money responsibly.
Make sure you listen to me, okay? We're always going to be at a disadvantage in society. That's just the way things are. We don't have the luxury of running crying to our parents if we mess things up for ourselves. We need to take responsibility for making ends meet and putting food on the table. Realistically, we aren't going to have the freedom to spend our money on whatever we want. We're lucky to have at least received this grant from the state. But if it runs out, we will be in deep water.
Okay, I understand.
Will says he's busy today, but he'll come over and pick you up tomorrow so you can get started straight away. Make sure you do as he says and do a good job with your work. And if you give me a little money every month, you can come here and I'll make breakfast and dinner for you. So you only need to worry about lunch when you're working.
Thank you, Amanda. It means a lot that you're always thinking of me. Hey, Amanda, are you busy?
What do you want, Evan?
Well, today is Christmas Day, right? We're not working and we don't have any family to spend time with, so I thought I would come and see you. I figured you would be by yourself too today.
So is that why you're on my doorstep with a 12-pack of beers? I'm kind of offended that you assumed I wouldn't have any plans today, but I guess you were right.
Yeah, well, I just thought it would be nice to celebrate together in our own way. Do you have any leftover food in the fridge? I really enjoyed the stuff that you made for me the other night and was hoping that there would be some left.
Yeah, I do actually. I actually also bought some mince pies since it's Christmas after all. I'll go and put the leftovers in the microwave and heat the mince pies in the oven.
It would be nice to have turkey or ham like everyone else.
Well, we're not like everybody else, are we? So just be grateful for what we do have and stop wishing for more.
So, Amanda,
Ugh, why do you always have to get so emotional? Guys aren't supposed to cry so much, you know. You've been like this ever since you were a little kid. I keep hoping you're going to grow out of it one day, but at this rate, I severely doubt it.
And that's why I should have beaten up that guy who was tormenting me when I was 17. But I didn't have the courage to fight back.
Okay, you're drunk now. The last thing I need on Christmas Day is a drunk trauma rehashing session. Between us, we have enough trauma to keep us up talking all night. We should stop drinking. I don't want this to get any worse. I can't believe you're this bad after only 3 cans of beer. You better get some sleep. You have to go to work tomorrow. I can just see it already. You're not going to be able to get up in the morning, are you?
I'm so tired.
Hey! What on earth is wrong with you? Get your hands off of me! How dare you touch me there? I'm actually going to kill you. You're actually not drunk at all, are you? You're just using it as an excuse to throw yourself at me. I can't believe you.
Amanda!
Get your hand off me right this instant! And put your clothes back on, for goodness sake!
Amanda, I really, really like you. You're so nice and pretty. Oh, will you do it with me just once? Just once is enough for me, and then we can go back to being friends. Please? We've known each other forever, and it will be my first time. I would love my first time to be with you.
Absolutely not! If I said no, then that means no. What do you think you're doing here, showing up at my place of work?
Amanda,
Don't look at me like that! I feel really violated!
Amanda!
If you're done with work, you should go home and get some rest instead of bothering me here.
Your shift finishes at 11 p.m., right?
Yeah, why?
I'll come over to your place at midnight then. Let's spend the night together again.
Have you lost your mind? Are you playing some kind of game with me right now?
About last night.
Let's not talk about last night, okay? We were both lonely at Christmas and we just spent some time drinking together. That was it. There was nothing else to it.
But there was more to it for me. I've been in love with you ever since we were kids. Let's get married.
Are you crazy? What are you even saying?
I know you like me too, so don't try and pretend that you don't. Last night when we...
Will you be quiet? People are starting to stare at us.
They can stare all they like. I am not ashamed to publicly profess my love for you. I've known for a while that you like me too, so why don't we just both drop the act?
I really don't think this is the appropriate place for us to be having this conversation. There are so many people watching us.
I don't care. You and I both grew up without a family and supported each other through hard times. Why don't we get together and make a family of our own?
Where is this all coming from?
I promise that I'll take good care of you. As a man, it's my responsibility to provide for the woman I love. And besides, surely it's only proper for us to get married after, doing the deed.
Please keep your voice down! And since when were you so conservative? Just because we hooked up once doesn't mean I'm bound to you for life.
Well, I believe that sleeping together is a sacred act of love, and since we've sealed the deal already, we've basically made a commitment to each other in my eyes.
I told you to lower your voice!
I'm not the sort of guy who will just use a woman for her body and then toss her to the side. I wanted to sleep with you because I really have feelings for you. I promise I'll give you the best life possible once we're married. I'll work really hard and earn as much money as possible so you never have to worry about anything. I'm saving up to buy a used car and everything. Hopefully I'll be able to afford it by next year. So please, will you just say yes to marrying me? And let's spend the night together again tonight.
I told you to be quiet! I think I'm going to die of embarrassment. Hi there, Amanda. It's always nice seeing you around. What have you been up to today? Oh, I've just been to the market. Oh, do you cook everything with fresh ingredients from the market? Yes, I try to if I can. It's so nice to see someone as young as you being such a good homemaker. How old did you say you were again? 33? Yes, that's right. Do you prepare all your sauces from scratch as well? Yes, I do. I'm not a fan of using the stuff in jars. I should bring my daughter-in-law over to learn a thing or two from you. You really are an example to women everywhere. Women as young as you who are such skilled homemakers are few and far between these days. Sure, bring her over someday if you like. Anyway, I'm going to head inside now. It's been nice chatting to you all. Okay, sweetheart. See you later. Well, it really is rare to see such an established young couple. That Smith family really are the domestic dream. Right. You wouldn't think they were a couple of 30-somethings, would you? She's always buying such high-quality products. They must be doing quite well for themselves. I heard that they're both orphans and have known each other since they were very young, which is why they got married and built a family so early. I guess if they grew up without the comforts of home cooking, it makes sense that they want to provide the best for their child. Their son is around 12 years old now, I think. Mason, isn't it? I suppose they must have been in their early 20s when they had him. I think they're a lovely couple, and their son is very sweet too. I can't believe that a 12-year-old boy with such a great personality exists. Well, it must be because his parents raised him to be very conscious of how lucky he is to have loving parents and a family home. If you ask me, he's just a bit of a clumsy idiot. Don't talk about the poor kid like that. You know Mrs. Jones, that lady in her 80s who lives just around the corner, right? Well, I heard from her grandson Charlie that Mason Smith brings them breakfast every single morning. Apparently, when he gets his pocket money, the first thing he does is get something for them. He's too nice for his own good. He always needs to be giving somebody something or helping somebody in one way or another. He also takes the kids in the neighborhood who are less fortunate than him and buys them ice cream and cakes from the convenience store. Well, if you ask me, he's nothing but a pushover. He's just asking for someone to take advantage of his kind nature. He shouldn't be so kind and open if he doesn't want people to exploit that. Oh, don't say that. I'm sure he's going to grow up to be a lovely, responsible young man and take care of his parents when they're older. I suppose that couple deserve to have some luck in their life after their difficult upbringing. The dad is only 32 and he's already got so many gray hairs. He must have been through so many stressful things. He seems to always be working, and he never seems to get a moment's rest. Anyway, we shouldn't be discussing other people's affairs like this. Let's head on home. Where are you going?
Oh, just to chat to Mason for a second.
What's that you've got there?
Well, what are you talking about?
The thing that you're hiding behind your back.
Oh, it's nothing for you to worry about.
Mason needs to be studying. Don't go in and bother him.
Don't be ridiculous. I can go into my own son's room if I want to.
Well, there's no need to make such a fuss.
Wow! This is amazing!
Why are you yelling?
Mom, look! Dad got me an iPhone.
Have you lost your mind? These things are so expensive. You should have consulted me before buying him a gift like that.
Well, I just thought he deserved something nice since it's almost his birthday.
He's in the 6th grade. He doesn't need a fancy phone like this yet. A flip phone that can call us and the police if necessary is more than good enough for a child of his age.
So I'm not allowed to buy gifts for my son, my one and only blood relation now, am I? One of my only joys in life is being able to buy him nice things, you know? Thanks so much, Dad. I love you so much. You're the best dad ever. If you love me so much, how about you give me a kiss on the cheek? Ew, gross. I'm not a little kid anymore. Hey, if you carry on being so mean to your old dad, your mom and I will make sure to give you a younger sibling, and then you'll be yesterday's news. But you said that you were going to carry on using birth control until we move into a bigger apartment.
Honestly, how on earth did you hear a word like birth control?
I heard you and Dad talking about using it when you were sitting in the lounge the other day.
And do you know what birth control is?
Of course I do. It's what you use to avoid making babies. Anyway, I'm gonna go to the park and take some photos with my new iPhone. I want to test out how good the camera is.
I guess he was really excited, huh? Why don't you take a rest now?
I can't afford to be taking a rest. I need to make as much money as possible. I've been offered a job to help somebody move into a studio apartment this evening, and they'll pay $200 in cash up front. It shouldn't take more than a couple of hours, so it's easy money.
You're already working 6 days a week, though. 4 days of moving and packaging and 2 days of plastering. You're going to end up burning yourself out. Stop trying to bite off more than you can chew.
I might as well do as much as I can whilst I'm still able-bodied. When I'm old, I'll be limited to what I can do to earn money. If we want to move into a nicer apartment next year, we're going to need all the money that we can get.
By the way, what are you doing with that box of instant noodles?
I'm moving it to the back porch.
What for? It will just make it inconvenient to grab them when we want a quick and low-effort dinner.
Mason keeps taking packets of noodles and handing them out to his friends. He's been taking some to that kid Charlie up the road and his grandma every single morning.
Don't get mad at him. He just wants to do nice things for others.
Yeah, but it's getting to be a little bit too much these days. I am working so hard to make sure that we can make ends meet, and he gives out the noodles that I bought with my own hard-earned money out to other kids? I've been needing to buy them twice as often as I used to.
Honey, think about what growing up was like for us. We would have been so grateful if a neighborhood kid had come around to give us free noodles, wouldn't we?
I still think the kid is far too generous with things that are technically not his to give out in the first place. The box I bought just 5 days ago was already empty. And it was a 24-pack.
Oh, just let the kid be. You're the one who decided to buy him an iPhone. I think that cost way more than a box of instant noodles.
Hey, Mom, I'm back. I'm starving. Is dinner ready?
I called you a bunch of times. Why did you keep hanging up?
You did?
Where were you?
I was at my math tutor's house, having my tutoring session like I always do on a Thursday.
But still, you could have picked up the phone just to let me know you were okay.
Well, that's because...
Did you break the phone already?
No, that's not it.
You broke it, didn't you? I can't believe you would break the phone after only having it for a week!
No, Mom, I didn't break it. You know Mrs. Jones, the old lady in her 80s who lives down the street? Well, she doesn't have a phone.
And what does that have to do with you?
Oh, please don't be mad at me, Mom, okay? But I decided to give my phone to Mrs. Jones.
What are you saying? That you lent it to her temporarily?
No, I gave it to her. As in for her to keep forever. I even gave her the charging cable.
Why did you feel the need to do that?
Please don't yell at me, Mom. I love you.
Well, that's nice, isn't it? But I don't think it's relevant right now. Just tell me why you gave your brand new phone to the old lady down the street.
Well, it's just her and Charlie, and because she doesn't have a phone, I was worried that she wouldn't be able to call 911 if she ever hurt herself or something when Charlie is at school or something. So I thought it would be best for her to take my phone.
You really have lost your mind. You don't need to give away every single possession you own, you know. This really is getting out of hand. The phone still needs to be paid off. Is Mrs. Jones going to be able to afford that? I don't think so.
Dad said he paid for the whole thing up front in cash.
Oh, is that supposed to make me feel better? Even if the phone itself is paid for, there's still the monthly fees for data usage and things like that. Are we going to be paying for that on Mrs. Jones' behalf now, are we?
Oh no, it's fine. I went to the store to talk to the providers and explained that she's a senior citizen, so was able to get a special discount.
So you're saying that you didn't actually go to your math tutoring session, and instead you went to Mrs. Jones's house to give her your phone, and then on top of that you went to the phone store to get the contract changed?
Yeah, that sums up my evening in a nutshell, really. I still love you though, Mom.
You're such a golden child. You're so smart and admirable. Always making sacrifices for the community. You should run for president. You really should.
Mom, please don't be mad at me.
How can I not be mad at you? Come here right this instant.
Mom, please, I'm sorry. I won't do anything like that again.
What are you doing in Mason's room? He's already asleep.
Did you really hit him earlier?
Oh, you're upset about that, are you? Is that why you're crying here pathetically?
Why did you have to hit him? You could have just scolded him instead.
Oh, calm down. I just whacked him on the back of his calves with a stick.
You are so cruel.
Oh, for goodness sake, just calm down. I can't stand to see you bawling like that.
Why did you have to go and hit my precious only son? All you needed to do was give him a good telling off.
Do you think he would understand what he did was wrong if I just told him? It's because we were too lenient on him the first few times this happened that he thinks he can get away with it as well. You said yourself the other night that his generosity was getting out of hand, to the point that it's becoming detrimental to himself and to us. I don't think he realized just how expensive that phone was. Just leave the kid to sleep in peace already and cry in our own room if you really have to cry. Promise me you won't do anything like that again.
I can't, Mom. I'm sorry.
Why not?
To be honest, I'm not even sure why myself.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. There must be some kind of driving force behind you acting like this.
I'm telling you, Mom, I really don't know why I'm like this. I just want to give people things. Like when we have those big boxes of instant noodles, I feel like we should at least give some out to the kids in the area whose families are struggling. I know that I would be sad if we didn't have enough to eat.
Their family situations are not your problem.
But take Mrs. Jones's grandson, Charlie, for example. If Mrs. Jones isn't feeling well, then he isn't able to eat anything in the mornings. And she often isn't feeling well because she's in her 80s. His parents both left, so it's just the two of them in the house now.
Both of his parents left?
Yeah, neither of them wanted to take responsibility for him after they divorced.
Oh, really?
Yes, really.
Well, I didn't know that. You should have told me about their situation before, and then maybe I would have been a little more understanding.
That's why I always take a pack of noodles and some milk over to their house every morning.
I see. Well, your dad and I will make sure that they're well provided for, so you don't need to go taking stuff round to them anymore.
Are you going to give them money, Mom? Not every problem can be solved just by throwing money at people, you know?
We're adults and we know best, so we'll sort this out. A kid shouldn't have to concern himself with things like this.
I don't get why you're getting so mad at me over this. I am really gonna divorce you this time.
What are you going on about?
Did you hit Mason again? How many more times are you gonna punish the poor child for just being nice to others?
Well, what would you have done in my position, huh? Even with knowing that we've been sending Charlie and his grandma some money to help them out each month, he still takes some of our food to give to them every morning.
Is it really such a big deal if he wants to give them a little bit of our food?
What did you just say?
That's just how he is. He's a kind-hearted kid. It's in his nature to be kind. He just can't help it. And think about how awful it was for us growing up without parents. Surely you feel for poor Charlie.
It wasn't that long ago that you were making a huge fuss about him taking the packets of instant noodles and trying to put them in a place he wouldn't find them. You really have changed your tune, haven't you?
I really don't know what we're gonna do with you, Mason. When are you gonna stop this? But Dad, I really don't know why I'm like this. I just can't help it. Even so, you know how hard your mom worked to save up and buy you that laptop. It's one of the most popular models right now. It's not even been a month since she bought it for you. Surely you should be able to understand that she's upset about you giving it away to your friend at the first opportunity. But Dad, that friend has 3 younger siblings. I don't want to hear it. You deserve to be punished for your inability to appreciate the lengths your mother goes to for you. You're always full of excuses. I am sick and tired of listening to them now. Dad, please just hear me out. I told you that I don't want to hear it. You can't talk yourself out of this one. Please, don't hit me again. Well, you clearly need to be taught a lesson somehow because you keep on doing this. Dad, I told you to stop with your excuses, didn't I? Honestly, if one of your friends said they had a problem with their liver, you would just give them yours without a question, wouldn't you? No, I wouldn't go that far. You and Mom are the only people I'd be willing to give my liver to. Oh, really? Yes, really. Oh, you're such a sweet boy.
Will both of you just shut up already? This pointless conversation isn't getting anyone anywhere. Now hurry up and sit at the table so we can have dinner. You two will be the death of me, I swear.
I love you, Mom.
Be quiet and eat your dinner.
It's raining cats and dogs today. This is crazy. It's torrential.
I'm hoping it's going to stop soon, but it might still be this bad when we go and pick Mason up in a couple of days. Will you be okay driving?
Of course I'll be fine driving. Since that son of ours decided to go off to the military, I've been living in a constant state of stress. I want to pick him up myself and make sure that he's all in one piece.
You did cry your eyes out when he first said that he wanted to become a soldier. Anyway, he has quite a long vacation this time, so you'll be able to spend lots of time with him. To be honest, it doesn't feel like that long since the last time we saw him.
It may feel like that to you, but every day he's been away has felt like a year to me. I just can't help but think that something bad is going to happen to him in the army. What if others begin taking advantage of his kind nature?
Oh, I'm sure he's absolutely fine. Stop your useless worrying.
I can't help it, though.
I just got an alert on my phone that the entire area is under high alert for torrential rain. It also says there is a high risk of flooding. It looks like things are even more serious than we thought.
It's fine. We'll find a way to stay safe on the roads.
There's still a heavy rain warning for the area. It looks like it isn't going to let up.
Oh, what is this? Get it off me.
What's wrong with you?
Look.
Ew, gross! It's a red centipede!
Ugh! There's 4 of them! Why are they so big? And why are there so many of them?
Ugh, they're so nasty. Since when were they as big as your palm?
They're coming out from behind the wallpaper. This is a bad omen, I can just feel it. Remember that story I told you about how I nearly fell from the 3rd-story window when I was a kid? Well, there was a red centipede there then. Maybe they're like the Grim Reaper or something.
Shut up! I don't need you saying stupid things like that! The rain is just getting worse and worse. It feels like it's never going to stop. Honey, please, pull yourself together. It's always been this way with the Smiths. The mother is very stoic and the father is overly emotional. My son has been saying he wants to go to the military, but I'm definitely not letting him go now after hearing what happened to poor Mason Smith. Well, I heard that it was just a freak accident and had nothing to do with his military training at all. Oh, really? I didn't actually hear exactly what happened, and it felt insensitive to ask. So apparently, one of Mason's comrades was meant to be going out on an errand to a neighboring base during the torrential rain, but Mason insisted on going on his behalf. The kid was always like that, you know, putting himself in a difficult position in order to help out others. Well, anyway, he was driving to this other base nearby during the downpour, and he lost control of the vehicle because the road was so slippery because of the rain and there was so little visibility. When people went out to search for him, they found the car overturned by the side of the road and Mason was already dead. The only sign of life was a single red centipede crawling across his shirt. The poor boy was only in his early 20s, and he was 2 days away from coming home and spending a long holiday with his folks. It really gives you goosebumps to think about it. Nobody is ever safe.
Is Mason's dad doing okay?
And why do you care? My son died instead of you. You shouldn't be here. Why are you still alive whilst my son is just a pile of ashes in an urn? You should have died, not my son.
It looks like people are starting to leave. I'll help you clean up.
Why am I thinking like this? I shouldn't be making this poor boy into some kind of villain. It's not his fault. He couldn't have known that this would happen. Why don't you have something to eat first? There are still lots of sandwiches left.
I'm so sorry. Mason always said I was too clumsy, and he insisted that it would be dangerous for me to drive in the rain. If I had been more capable, or even if I'd argued against him going a little bit more, this wouldn't have happened to him.
I should have known something like this would happen to that good-for-nothing. Always giving stuff away. Always doing stuff for other people. Never sparing a thought for himself. Well, now he's gone and given his life away. I hope he's pleased with himself. Have you seen that Evan Smith is off on another one of his drunken rambles? That poor tortured soul. He always loses his senses whenever it rains. Well, it's no wonder. He grew up an orphan with no family of his own, and his son was the only blood relation he had. To have him snatched away like that must have been incredibly traumatic for the poor man. It happened that day last year when we had terrible torrential rain and flood warnings, so it's only natural that rainy days would be triggering for him. It really is such a shame. He's nothing but a shell of a man now. It's like he wants the alcohol to slowly kill him. He used to never drink alcohol because he has such a low tolerance. But old Mr. Harris, who works at the supermarket, said that he saw him buying 5 bottles of vodka the other day. If you look at his eyes, you can see they're all bloodshot. He probably never gets a wink of sleep. He's going to end up dead soon enough if he's not careful. It doesn't seem like he even eats. The only thing he ever consumes is alcohol. He always was a little emotionally fragile. I guess this really has pushed him over the edge. If there is a god, then he really is cruel. He has to go and take the best of us first. Mason Smith was the kindest, most selfless youth in the whole neighborhood. You really don't find many people with a pure heart of gold like him. He really was 1 in a million, wasn't he? His parents worked so hard for them to be able to move into a better apartment, but then they lost all of their money in a scam. Even faced with such hardships, the boy never once complained, and he still went out of his way to try and help others. He was an angel among us. Not only did he get into a top university, he also managed to get his electrician's license on the side and was constantly working part-time at weekends and during his vacations. Every single penny he earned from that part-time job went directly to his mother, you know. Oh goodness, here comes his poor father, wearing the shirt his son was wearing when he died. It's too heartbreaking. I'm going to head inside so I don't have to watch him.
Mason. Mason! Son, can you hear me? It's your dad. I've been drinking again. Do you see this money? This is money we received from the military as a bereaved family. It's $1,500. $1,500. Apparently, that's what your life was worth. What a joke. Well, you did like giving people stuff. I guess this is you giving me the money to spend on more booze. Huh? Do you see it? I'm offering it to you.
What a pitiful sight. Just look at him, crying his eyes out and throwing money everywhere whilst shouting at the sky. It brings a tear to your eyes, doesn't it? Let's stop staring at him and go home already. It feels disrespectful somehow. We should wait until he's gone and gather up all the money to take to his wife. His wife is working day and night running that sandwich shop. She's going to need all the money she can get. I suppose it's the least we can do to encourage them not to give up all hope. Are you not going to sleep? Oh, look at the state of you! You stepped on some broken glass and cut your feet again, didn't you? You're bleeding everywhere! When are you going to stop living like this and come to your senses? I know you resent me, don't you? Why won't you talk to me? Are you even listening to me? You think it's crazy how I can go on living my life even though our son is dead, don't you? I seem cold-hearted and emotionless to you, don't I? You think I'm a terrible person and you don't understand me. You hate me because I'm not going crazy like you are, don't you? You think that because our son died, we should want to die too. Well, I'm not going to. I'm not going to die. I don't want to die. Do you think that he would want us to descend into madness and give up on life because he's not with us anymore? Of course he wouldn't. We have to carry on living. For Mason's sake, if not our own. But you don't want to do that, do you? You'd rather die and go and be with him in the next life, wouldn't you? Well, that's fine. I won't stop you. Go ahead and die if that's what you really want to do.
I want to die.
Then go ahead and do it. Go and be with our son forever. I'll be just fine by myself. I'm only 43 years old, for goodness sake. I want to live a little more. What's wrong with me wanting to live a little more? We're still so young. It was pouring it down just now, but now it's sunny again all of a sudden. Oh, what's this young man doing? He's been staring at the window for a while now. I'll tell him to come on in and eat something.
Hello?
Hi there. Come on in and take a seat.
Oh, I'm not here as a customer. It's
okay. I recognize you now. You're Charlie, aren't you?
Yes, I am. How have you been?
Looking at your haircut, I'm guessing you're not in the military anymore. What are you doing here?
I found Mason's notebook when we were sorting through his things after... Well, and the address of this place was written down in there.
I mean, what are you doing here when you must know that the sight of you causes me pain? You're the one who should have died instead of my son.
I actually used to live around here with my grandma, you know? I'm not sure if you remember us, but Mason was always really kind to us when we were going through hard times. But my grandma passed away while I was in the military, and so now I'm on my own. I spent some time in one of those countryside towns near the military base after I left, but I felt a little haunted being around there.
Ah, so you were the same Charlie that Mason was bringing food to all those years. It turns out you were an even bigger source of grief for my family than I had thought!
I'm actually looking for work at the moment, which is why I'm back in the city.
Oh, you are?
I really wanted to go to college, but I can't afford it right now. So I'm planning to work as much as I can until I get the money together to pay my tuition fees. I thought I would drop by and say hello to you while I'm in the area. Here, these are some cookies I made from following one of my grandma's old recipes. Please accept them and share them with your husband.
Do you even have the money to start living in the city again?
I've got enough to get by, I think.
Have you eaten today?
Yes, I have.
I bet you haven't. And I bet you were planning on ordering something cheap and unhealthy, weren't you? Well, instead, you should stay here and eat with me. I'll make sure to make you something nutritious. Have you had any luck with the job search?
Not yet, but I'm looking everywhere I can.
And where are you staying?
I'm staying at a motel for now.
How can you have come to the city with absolutely no plan at all? Do you know anything about electrics by any chance?
Yeah, I know a little. Why do you ask?
Do you have an electrician's license?
Yes, I do actually. Mason told me that it would be a great idea to get one because it would make it much easier for me to find part-time work.
That's good then. Did you see the nice-looking building with 8 floors just around the corner?
Oh, yes, I think I did. I remember passing by a particular building and thinking it was really nice.
Well, my friend owns that building, and they're looking to hire electricians to work there. They'll provide you with lunches, and they pay a pretty decent salary. Do you want me to put in a word for you with my friend?
Oh, yes, please. That would be amazing.
It's not going to be easy work, though. You'll need to work at least 17 hours a week, but they also have some quiet spaces where you can study and prepare for university.
That sounds great to me.
Stay where you are. I'll give my friend a call now. Well, it looks like the heavens are smiling on Evan Smith, our neighborhood drunk. Who would have thought that little Charlie Jones, who used to live here with his grandma, would be his savior? We'd all given up hope with him. I think even his wife had at this point, to be honest. I've seen him try and jump from the first-floor window on several occasions, and Charlie has always been there to catch him. He just carries him to his room without a word and makes sure he's in bed. He doesn't so much as bat an eyelid! Honestly, whenever I see him carrying the old drunk through the streets, it brings a tear to my eyes. He's a saint, just like Mason was. Well, maybe Mason sent him from heaven. Maybe he couldn't bear seeing his crazy father running around drinking himself into oblivion, so he sent Charlie to do something about it. It's so beautiful, isn't it? A young man going out of his way to look after his dead friend's crazy father. It's a very odd story, but it's poignant in its own way. Yes, I agree. It really tugs on your heartstrings.
So, what are you planning to do going forwards, Amanda?
I think we might just have to give up on finding a donor. It isn't easy finding someone willing to give someone part of their liver, and with a deceased donor, it's a bit of a lottery. Not to mention the fact that the waiting list is so long. This is why he shouldn't have spent his days drinking himself stupid.
So he really won't be able to get the transplant done?
How will he? I already told you we can't find a donor. The neighbors are all telling me that I should just let him be, and to be honest, I'm starting to agree with them. He said he wanted to die and be with our son so much, so I might as well just let him finally get his wish.
I'll do it. I'll be his donor. I've never smoked a cigarette or drunk a drop of alcohol in all of my 22 years. My liver has to be in perfect condition. I'll do it.
You would do that for him? But you're so young and healthy.
So I'll be able to live just fine without a part of my liver gone, won't I? I owe it to your family. The only reason I'm here today is because of your son. Let me do what I can to help his father. We should take action now before it's too late for him. I'll get myself checked out immediately to make sure it'll be okay for me to be the donor.
You would really do this for us? Have you seen Evan Smith these days? He's looking so young all of a sudden. It's like he was reborn after receiving that liver transplant. I know, right? He seems to be doing much better mentally as well. Charlie Jones really is intrinsically linked to the Smiths, don't you think? This whole thing was down to fate working in mysterious ways. I heard that the Smiths have officially adopted Charlie as their son. Yeah, I heard. And now he's living with them whilst he goes to college in the city. Evan now seems to be putting his all into work again, as paying for his adopted son's tuition fees has given him a new purpose in life. He seems to have completely given up drinking and smoking as well. He says he needs to live a long and healthy life to make sure he pays Charlie back for his kindness. It's so nice that the Smiths are able to finally live a happy life after everything they've been through. It just goes to show that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Mason once said to my husband that he wouldn't give his liver to just anyone, that he would only give it to us, his parents. It's almost as if that sentiment was passed on to Charlie somehow, and that Mason was making sure that his father carried on living from beyond the grave.
Where is my boyfriend? You tell me where he is this instant. Do you hear me?
Excuse me? Sorry, what is this about? Who is this?
What do you mean? We literally just met.
You mean you're the crazy woman who punched me?
How dare you? I'm not crazy.
How did you get my number?
I took your phone and found your number while you were on the floor crying.
But what about my password? How did you figure it out?
What are you talking about? I just needed your fingerprint to open it up. Why do you think I was grabbing at your wrist?
I can't believe this. Who even are you?
I heard you're in the hospital. God, you're such a baby. I barely even hit you. I'm sure you'll be out of there by tomorrow. It is no big deal.
What do you mean? You hit me really hard in the head. The doctors had to run tests on me because they were so worried. How can you say that it's no big deal?
And maybe now that you've been smacked upside your head, you'll finally start to smarten up.
Not only that, but you broke my left arm and my face is all swollen now. It's black and blue and puffy thanks to you.
Well, it's a good thing that it's almost Halloween then. Sounds like you won't even need a costume now.
But why did you hit me? Who are you?
I hit you because you had it coming, of course.
I was just about to walk through my front door when you ambushed me and started wailing on me. I don't even know what I did.
I hit you because you won't give me back Dean.
My husband? What does he have to do with anything?
Your husband? What are you talking about?
My husband's name is Dean. I don't think I know any other Deans.
Quit your lying. I know that isn't true. Do you really believe that you two are married just because you refuse to leave his house? I heard that you're basically like a bad cold that won't go away no matter what.
Excuse me? Who is saying those kinds of things about me?
Dean, of course. Who else? He's always telling me how I am the one that he really wants to be with, but he just can't get rid of you.
I don't believe this. You're lying.
Nope. That is when he compared you to a disease that he just wishes he could rid himself of. He tells me that you suffocate him and never give him any space.
And you're trying to tell me that you and Dean have a certain kind of relationship with each other?
Of course! Dean is my special man, and I know that he wants me to.
Look, I have no idea who you are or what you were talking about. But can you just please leave me alone?
Oh no. I'm afraid that if you won't leave Dean, then you and I are just getting started.
Well, how did you even meet Dean in the first place?
I met him at a career fair a while back. It just took one glance, but I was head over heels for him. And I was able to use him to secure my job at one of the top firms in the country.
I don't believe this. There is no way that Dean would ever cheat on me.
It's not cheating if I'm the one that he really loves. If anything, you're the other woman. Once I graduate, Dean and I are going to get married.
You mean you two have already talked about that far ahead?
That's right. We promised each other that we would pick out the place and date together. But lately, I haven't been able to get a hold of him anymore. I knew that you must have done something to him, which is why I went to go and teach you a lesson.
And just how did you know where I live?
How do you think? I've been to your guys' place plenty of times.
So you mean you two on our bed?
That's right. While you were out of town or away on business, I've stayed overnight there plenty of times. It's so much better than a hotel because we can take as much time as we need.
Oh, come on. I really liked that mattress. Not the bed.
I know. I really enjoyed it too. But back to the matter at hand. I knew that you were jealous of Dean's connection to me. So tell me where you hid him.
I didn't do anything to him. I didn't even know who you were until today.
You know, I was planning on beating you until you finally told me where he was. But I couldn't stand to look at your face another second. Maybe I should have stayed and finished the job.
Look, I seriously don't even know what to say right now. This is all a lot to take in all at once.
Well, the other girls who I brought to help beat you up all used to run in some pretty tough circles in high school. I mean, I think between us, we must have hit you 30 or 40 times. I didn't actually think we'd go so hard, but once I saw your face, I just saw red. Maybe we did overdo it after all. Oopsies.
Is that supposed to be an excuse?
It's not an excuse. It is an apology. But I just want you to know that if you don't tell me where Dean is, I can't promise that this won't happen again. Got it?
Well, if you really want to know, I also haven't been able to get in contact with him for a few days now either.
Wait, really? You too?
That's right. He said that he needed to take care of some business at his parents' house and that he would be gone for 10 days. But I don't think that he really went back home, and I can't get him to reply to me.
Well, you should have just told me that in the first place. You could have saved yourself from this whole ordeal.
You didn't even ask me anything before you started hitting me, though.
That's because I had to make sure that you were on the ground before I started asking you what I wanted to know. I had to make sure that you knew your place.
My name is Emma, and I am 34 years old. Today, after work, as I was about to walk into my apartment building, a woman who I had never met before surrounded me with some friends and began attacking me. I didn't know what was going on or why it was happening. I could only feel fear in that moment. Thankfully, some people passing by saw what was happening and called the police. But by the time they arrived, all those women had run off. The police suspected that it was just an assault or maybe a robbery. But both of those weren't quite right. My husband, Dean, is about 2 years younger than me. The two of us got married about a year ago after having dated for about 3 years. I always thought he was a kind and honest man, but apparently he was having an affair behind my back. Now I can't even get a hold of my husband, and I'm only left with more questions than answers. I'll be discharged from the hospital the day after tomorrow, but I already called out of work so that I could rest and recover at home. Not just from the injuries, but from the shock, too. But unfortunately, that wasn't the last I heard of her.
You're finally out of the hospital, right? Have you already started looking for Dean?
Of course not. I took the day off of work and I'm recovering at my house.
Are you kidding me? It wasn't even that big of a deal. Are you really that weak?
I've also gone to the police and filed a report.
You did what? Well, go call the station and tell them that you take it all back.
Why would I do that? You assaulted me out of nowhere. Of course I went to the police. You broke my arm and smashed my face in. Do you even know how much pain you've caused me?
I told you that now you have a great Halloween costume. You should be grateful.
I have to take time off work because of this, you know.
I don't really know where you work, but it is probably just some lame part-time job. I am sure that you won't be missed. You're just nobody. Who would care if you showed up at all?
This is serious. If I take off, then my office turns into a real mess.
Sounds like a you problem. Anyways, just go to the cops and take back the report you filed.
How about you just turn yourself in? You won't give me your full name, so I don't know who you are. But I'm sure if you turn yourself in that you won't be punished as harshly.
Oh, please. We were going so easy on you anyways. This is just what we do. We go around beating up women that steal our men. But none of them have ever gone to the police before. Why did you have to go and do that?
Oh, I'm sorry I didn't just let your little gang run wild after beating me.
But if the cops arrest me and my parents find out, then I'm going to be in big, big trouble.
Well, good. I hope your parents do something to punish you too.
Hey, this isn't a joke. I'm being serious. My parents can't find out about this. If they do, they are probably going to drag me back to live with them way out in the country. I already have an amazing job at a great firm and a life in the city. I have my whole life ahead of me, and I'm not going to let some old hag like you ruin that for me.
I literally don't even know who you are. And you attacked me. The least you could do is apologize. Then maybe we could start to have a discussion about what happens next.
Okay, fine then. I'm sorry for punching you so much that you ended up in the hospital. There, happy? If I give you $10, can you please take back your police report?
Are you kidding me right now?
Of course I'm not. So you'll take it back for us, right?
What kind of apology was that? I didn't believe it for 1 second.
Well, I already said I'm sorry. I don't know what else you want from me. Plus, I told you that we would pay you a little money too.
You think you can buy me off for $10?
Well, we're students. We don't really have any money.
It cost me $500 just to go to the hospital.
Well, I don't see why that matters to us.
Are you serious right now?
Of course I'm serious. Now, can you please just tell me where Dean is?
For the last time, I don't know where he is and I can't get in contact with him either.
Well, there was no one else who would even have a clue of where he's gone except you. You can't hide in your apartment forever, you know. Sooner or later, you are going to have to come out of there.
And just what is that supposed to mean?
It means that if you don't find out where he is, that you are going to have another run-in with me and my friends.
Just stop it already! Leave me alone!
Then tell me where Dean is and bring him to me. Do you understand?
I don't even know where to begin looking. I seriously have no idea where he could have gone. Hey, I figured out where Dean is.
You did? Well, what are you waiting for? Tell me!
Apparently, he is on vacation in Mexico with some woman.
What? He's with a woman? Who?
Some girl from his office, I guess. I thought it was strange when Dean mentioned that this girl happened to take a vacation the same time as him. I went and looked her up on Instagram, and sure enough, there was Dean showing up in her stories.
That jerk! How could he do this to me? How could he cheat on me?
Well, technically you were cheating with him behind my back too, you know.
I wasn't cheating with him. We were going to get married. He said so himself.
Right, but I'm his wife already. So, you see how that doesn't really work.
No! You're wrong! He never told me he was married. You're lying. You just live with him and call yourself his wife to scare other women off. But he never mentioned anything about a marriage to me.
Well, then it sounds like Dean just lied to you like he did to me. But I must insist on the fact that yes, I am his real legal wife. You may not have known it, but it does make you the person that he was cheating on me with.
I don't believe this. This can't be happening.
You know, every time he told me that he was coming back from a business trip, I always noticed that he seemed to come home with a lot of sand on his clothes. I should have noticed something sooner.
You should have! You're his wife, aren't you? What are you doing just letting your husband run wild like this?
You're right. I should have noticed sooner. Maybe I just wanted to give him a bit more freedom since he's younger than me.
And look what you got instead. Your husband cheated on you because he didn't want to be with an old hag like you anymore.
Well, I have to say that I am just as shocked as you about all of this.
Well, I hope that you've learned your lesson.
I suppose I have. That is why I'm going to make sure that he knows that I know.
So you mean you're going to divorce him? You should do that. Then him and I can finally get married.
Of course I'm going to divorce him. Then I am going to take him to the cleaners with alimony. And I'm also going to make sure that you lose your job, Mary Anderson.
Wait, how did you figure out my last name? How do you know who I am?
Well, you said yourself that he got you a job at his company, right? It didn't take long to figure out who you were.
But how? Don't tell me you work at the same company too.
That's right. In fact, I am the director of his branch. In other words, I am Dean's boss.
But I don't remember meeting you for the interview.
Well, we had a lot of candidates that we had to get through, so we split up the interviews between some of us.
No, this can't be happening to me.
And I simply can't sit back and allow such a violent person to remain at our company any longer. I will be sure to inform your university of your behavior as well.
Wait, what? Even my school?
That's right. I am sure that the school won't sit by and do nothing after learning that one of their students assaulted someone on the street. We're a big company, you know. We have hundreds of people all vying just for the position you have. You can be replaced just like that.
No! This isn't fair! I thought I had finally found the perfect job. What am I supposed to do now? Where do I go after I graduate?
Are you sure you'll even be able to graduate?
What do you mean?
I mean, are you sure that your school is even going to keep you as a student after all that you've done? I seriously doubt that they are going to want you sullying their image.
You mean, you think they would expel me?
I wouldn't put it past a school to do that. And you were so close to the finish line, too. That's a real shame.
No, please! That can't happen! My parents can't know that I'm going to be kicked out of school! What am I going to do?
That's right. You said your parents would drag you back to their house out in the country. I'm sure they'll be able to keep a good eye on you there.
You don't understand! The nearest grocery store is like 40 minutes away! I can't go back! I won't!
Well, you won't go back if you end up in a jail cell, that's for sure.
Please, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I should have never hit you, and I'm so sorry for sending you to the hospital.
I'm afraid it is way too late for any of that now.
Please, I'll come to your place and get on my knees to beg you. Just please forgive me.
I will not forgive you. You need to learn the consequences of your actions.
Please don't say that. I'm begging you here. It will never happen again.
And I am going to be sure that by the end of this, you've paid me for damages, my hospital, and for the time that I had to take off work. This is not going to be cheap for you, but I'm going to make sure that you pay every single penny.
But I don't have any money. Please don't do this to me. Please just let me go.
Mary and all of her friends were expelled as punishment for what they did. In addition, Mary's job offer at our company was also rescinded. But fortunately for her, she didn't end up in jail. She was, however, served with several fines before being dragged off by her parents back to their country home. I hear that now Mary is making her living as a farmer. As for Dean, I served him with divorce papers once he got back from his salacious vacation. I made sure to make him pay for what he did in the alimony discussions. Unable to take the pressure and rumors about surrounding him at work, he decided to quit. Dean was always terrible at saving money, though, and I hear he burnt through his savings quite quickly. Last I heard, he is working on a fishing boat out on the Atlantic. My injuries didn't take too long to heal, and even the swelling on my face receded with no permanent damage. Now, with 2 headaches in the office gone, I feel I can finally return to my work in peace.
Hey Mandy, are you there? I wanted to ask, when are you having the baby again? Was it sometime next month?
Oh, hi. Yes, the doctor said that she thought the baby would come around the 15th of next month. Did you really forget?
So basically that means it's about 3 weeks until you have it.
Well, that's what the doctor said at least, so I guess that's what we should plan for. In fact, I was wondering if you were thinking about asking to take some time off work soon. Do you think it's too early to ask for paternity leave?
Well, it's part of my contract, so I should be able to take it. I've already put in my request for the time off. I'll let you know what they say.
Oh, nice. That's such a relief to hear. I guess now all we have to do is count down the days, huh?
What do you mean? I'm sorry, but I think you've got it all wrong. I'm not gonna take time off of work just to be with you.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I guess I misunderstood. Of course you're taking it off for the kid, not me.
Nope, still wrong.
What are you talking about then? I'm confused.
Why the heck would I use my hard-earned time off just to go spend it with you or anyone else for that matter?
But that's what paternity leave is for. It's not like vacation days or anything. Besides, I'm your wife and about to have your kid. I thought you weren't allowed to use that time off for anything else.
Well, of course I'm gonna tell my work that I'm just taking it off for you, but that is just so that I can get the time off.
And you don't see any sort of problem doing something like that?
Ah, jeez, you just have to chill out, babe. You always take this stuff way too seriously. I mean, this is why we should get a divorce, really.
What did you just say?
Actually, the whole reason I want to take time off is because I have a girl who I'm going to take on a trip to a nice little spa in the mountains.
Sorry, a girl? Are you serious right now?
Of course, it's a kind of a honeymoon trip. I bet I'll be able to squeeze at least 1 or 2 months of time off from work. I'll just make sure that I finish divorcing you before that happens, so everything is in place for my trip.
Wait. I really don't understand. What are you talking about? You want a divorce so you can be with another girl and go on a honeymoon? Is this supposed to be your way of coming forward about having an affair with me?
Well, I guess if you want to think about it that way, sure. But anyway, I'm gonna marry this other girl. Plus, she just moved into a nice new house and I plan on going there to live with her. I don't need you or that little brat you have growing inside of you, so we're through. After you have your kid, I don't ever want to see you again. Do you understand me?
Well, just how long have you been seeing this girl for?
This one? Something like 6 months, I think.
So you started seeing her while I was pregnant. And what do you mean by this one?
Never you mind, but yeah, that's right. But can you blame me? You were just complaining about your body and cramps and the discomfort, and you never had any time for me. It wasn't fair.
Frank, what are you even talking about? I am literally growing a human being inside my body. Of course I was thinking about other things.
There you go again, always using the pregnancy as an excuse to get out of things that you don't want to do. And let me guess, you're gonna blame being pregnant on all the weight that you've gained too, huh?
Literally, what is your problem right now? You are being disgusting.
God, what's the big deal?
Of course, you always hear stories about husbands who go and cheat on their wives while they're pregnant, but I just never thought that something like this would happen to me. And then to go as far as to use your paternity leave to go away with your secret lover? I just thought that you were different. But as a man, a husband, a father, you're just the worst. Just a pathetic little coward.
Hey, you can't talk to your husband that way.
Whatever, just leave me alone. Can we just talk about all this after I have the baby? And by the way, you can be expecting me to make you pay for your affair during the divorce.
Wait, what? Well, I take back everything I just said. I didn't mean it.
Whatever. We'll talk later.
Oh, wait, Mandy, come back. We're not done here.
Pearl, are you there? I was wondering if you had a second to talk to me.
Oh, hey, Mandy. Yes, of course. Anything for my little sister. What's up? You're supposed to be having your baby next month, right? How are you feeling? How is all of that going?
Well, things were going well for a while, but not so much now. It's not a problem with the baby or anything. It's my husband, actually.
You mean Frank? Did he do something? Did you two get into a fight?
Well, apparently he's having an affair behind my back.
What? You're kidding.
No, I'm not. He admitted it all to me himself yesterday. Not only that, but he told me that he wants to get a divorce and basically said that he wants nothing to do with our baby. Well, almost nothing. He wants to take paternity leave to go on a mountain vacation with his mistress.
Wow. This is just horrible. I can't believe this. I'm so sorry.
I know, it's just awful, right? How could he do this? I mean, he told me all of this just less than 24 hours ago. I haven't even tried digging around to see who this other woman might be.
Oh, I see. So that's why you came to me, huh? You think because Carl works with Frank that he might have heard of something, huh?
Well, basically, yes. I really am so sorry to come to you about this, but I'm just about ready to pop and can't really afford to focus on anything but the baby right now. So if you wouldn't mind asking Carl if he's heard anything, it would mean so much to me.
No problem. I completely understand. I'll go and ask him. By the way, do you happen to have any kind of clue or leads that might be helpful? It might give us a good place to start.
He was messaging me about it, so I have screenshots of our conversation that I can send to you. In fact, that's really all I have to go off of right now.
No problem. Just send those over and we'll see what we can do with them.
Okay, I'll send them over then. Thank you again so much for doing this. You don't know how much it means to me.
Don't worry about a thing. You can leave it to us. Oh, and one more thing, Mandy.
What is it?
I just want you to know that no matter what happens, your big sister is always going to be there for you, okay? Nothing is too much, okay? You can come to me with anything.
Pearl, thank you so much. I love you so much, big sis.
Hey, Mandy, I just wanted to give you a big congratulations for having your kid.
Oh, thank you so much, Pearl. That means a lot.
Of course, you had the little guy 2 days ago, right? That was a bit faster than you thought he'd come, yeah?
Yeah, but just by a little bit. I'm just grateful that both my baby boy and myself are okay after everything.
Yeah, that really is the most important thing, isn't it? I was just worried about you because I know that you were already going through so much, and I just wanted to check in with you.
Well, thank you so much for thinking about me. Actually, speaking of that, do you have any news?
Actually, we've started gathering quite a few scraps of evidence here and there, and on top of that, we were able to confirm that Frank did actually submit a request for paternity leave.
I see. So I guess things are moving along then. Thanks again for doing all this.
And there's one more thing. It's about the girl he's seeing, actually.
What about her? Did you figure out who she is?
Well, it's kind of a long story, really, so it might be better to just talk this out over the phone. You must still be exhausted, and I don't want to hold you to your phone in a long, drawn-out text conversation.
Oh, you really are so considerate. Do you know that? Okay, yeah, let's just call about it.
All right, then. I'll give you a call, and we can talk about it as soon as I get home, all right?
Sounds good. I'll be waiting for your call.
Hey, Mandy, I heard that you finally gave birth. But why didn't you come and tell me yourself? It would have been helpful to know when my baby was born when I asked for paternity leave. And since we're getting divorced, I need to know all of the important dates so that we can do this right. Anyways, I guess I have to give you kudos on having your kid before me and my girl could leave for our trip. We totally had to redo our plan since you screwed up the timing.
So then you're still thinking about going on that mountain trip with this woman?
Yeah, of course I am. Why wouldn't I be? Her and I are the perfect match for each other. Things are going well between us, and I can't think of a single reason why we shouldn't be together.
Oh, really? You think things are going well for you two right now?
Of course they are. Don't tell me that you're jealous or something like that.
No, it's not that. It's just that I'm sitting with her right this moment.
Wait, what do you mean?
I mean, I'm sitting with Sarah right now. Young, 20-something, working part-time at your company. Sound familiar?
But how do you two...
Actually, we're both at my parents' house right now.
What? But why?
She came all this way to apologize to me.
What do you mean apologize?
What do I mean? I mean, how could you keep the fact that you were married from this poor young woman who you led on?
I don't know what you mean.
Sarah told me all about it. She said that one day you approached her with the idea of taking a month-long vacation in the mountains. But she was always suspicious, because when can a full-time employee afford to take that much time off? Either way, she told me that she wouldn't be able to go on the trip anyways since she's finishing up her degree and still has loads of work to do. Not only that, apparently you actually told her that she needed to get her house ready for you to move in with her. She never invited you. Apparently you were actually causing so much trouble for her that she mentioned something to HR, and before she knew it, she was being called into her boss's office. I guess they had to be the ones to explain to her that you were actually married. She was disgusted to hear that, to say the least.
You mean the higher-ups at work know about all of this now?
They do, and I guess HR has opened a little investigation into some of what you've been up to.
No way, I don't believe you for a second. There is no way that my company would do anything to interfere with the private lives of their employees.
She told me that she was told it came to a matter of compliance. Besides, do you really think that a company is just gonna sit back and watch as one of their married employees lies and pressures a coworker into dating them? Especially when the one being pursued is a 20-something intern still in school?
Well, it doesn't sound good when you put it like that.
Not only that, but you also just violated company rules by lying about your time off.
What are you talking about? I never did that.
You filed for paternity leave so that you could go to the mountains with Sarah, didn't you? And not only do we have your messages as proof of that, but we've even found your car rental papers and even your reservations at the place you were planning on staying. All of which is to say nothing of Sarah's own testimony.
Why do you have my reservation info?
Well, that isn't even the worst of it. You see, Sarah is actually the daughter of the CEO of one of your company's most valuable trading partners.
She is? I didn't know anything about that.
Well, it's true. And I have to say that it sounds like your father is furious. She was telling me he told your president that he has no choice but to cut ties with your company unless some huge steps are taken to set things right.
Oh, wait, what kind of huge steps?
Why don't you take a guess? I don't really think that you realize just how big of a mess you've created for yourself.
Oh no, I have a really bad feeling about this. Mandy, what is this? What is going on here? Why did I just get papers saying that I owe you alimony and child support?
Do I really have to answer that? Seems kind of obvious.
I mean, does this mean that you're divorcing me or something?
Isn't that what you wanted in the first place?
Well, sure, but I only wanted it because I thought it was the only way for Sarah and I to be together. But now that she's left me, we don't need to do this anymore.
You stabbed your pregnant wife in the back so that you could lie about being single in order to date an intern who didn't want to be with you in the first place. There's no way I'm going to let you be around my child. I don't see any other options but to divorce you.
No, wait, Mandy. I'm the breadwinner between the two of us. You wouldn't want to lose access to all the money I bring in, right? Where would you go?
What are you talking about? I heard that you were fired.
What?
In fact, I bet the only reason you want to cling to this marriage is because you expect me to start supporting you now.
No, of course not. You've got it all wrong.
Well, my maternity leave is going to end soon, so I'll be returning to the office. Also, I have no idea what you were talking about being the breadwinner. I've always made more money than you.
Oh, please, don't do this.
I'm afraid I have no choice. I'm not going to let you off easily. The only interactions I want to have with you from now on are seeing your child support checks come in the mail.
But I don't have enough for that and alimony. I'll have to take out loans just to afford that. Oh, please, don't leave me. I don't know how I'm supposed to survive without you.
And that is how I got divorced around the same time that I had my first kid. Since my company is so understanding about kids, I had no trouble returning to my old job. I also made sure that Frank paid me what he owed me, and that laid much of my mind at ease. I also heard that weeks later, Sarah even sued Frank as well. In order to pay Sarah, Frank had to go to his parents and beg for some money. They helped him out, but in exchange, they wrote him out of their will. Now, the poor excuse of a man can only live his life with nothing to look forward to and no friends left in his corner. As news spread about what he did around the office, Frank was left with no one and spends his days quietly working in the corner all alone. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.